Hello, and we are playing the Silt versus RPG, and we just made characters. We haven't gotten through character creation completely, but we'll be doing our alter stuff right now. Uh, Going in reverse character keeper order, we will start with the wife of the dear husband.
Hi, my name is Steph. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be playing Zeph Harrow, she, they, wife of the dear husband. The dear husband is an unusual god. He was born through the peninsula's need for a stable home life. However, gods are born alone and rarely, if ever, connect with another. For a time, the god was worshipped individually, and marriages started to unravel. Divorce and murder rates rose. Instead of focusing on why, a simple conclusion was reached. The problem was that the dear husband didn't have a wife. You weren't the first, and you may not be the last. The hope is that you will always that you will be the last. Wives don't get a chance to talk to one another, and the notes they leave behind are confiscated away by priests already working on making the perfect wife in case you fail. You remember all of the lessons on how to love a god, to love him when even his skin worms awkwardly, or when he speaks gurgling noises into your mind. Still, it's not that bad. Unlike the rest, you are getting to travel and see the peninsula. It's more than what anyone could have expected. Zeph has a faded bandana, faded blue coveralls, and faded sneakers. And her altar is the wedding dress that haunts her. It wasn't meant to be hers. And her personal ritual is wood carving.
Husband is also known as the man of the house, father of your children, and he knows better. But with this introduction, well, let's see what's in your altar. Like other games, there is a section at the bottom of your character which has items that we may think could be useful to Zeph. I am going to give something very obvious. Your wedding ring.
I'm gonna give Seth a golden spoon.
A golden spoon?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm going to give you a hand pair of knitted baby socks. Um,
Baby shoes never worn.
um, yeah, I'm gonna give you a Jesus Christ. I'm gonna give you a long unbroken roll of several condoms.
Just to give a sort of what my mind space is like in terms of technological level, I'm imagining the 1970s for this particular setting.
So they're either lambskin or human skin, given the setting.
I mean, given the setting,
They might be godskin.
they could be. Oh Jesus. Oh yeah.
Uh, Especially what I know about this particular god.
Watch out for the ones that are ribbed for her pleasure. Like those are their ribs.
Ugh.
Made with fish bones.
No one liked that. Everyone will remember that.
And this is the point where the YouTube analytics will show everyone left.
Next, we will go with the sacred courier of the relentless rider.
Hello?
My name is Kyle Meeks. My pronouns are he, she, they, and it, and I will be playing Piper Kessel, pronouns she, her, who is the sacred courier of the relentless rider, uh, also known as the inevitable envoy, the unwelcome visitor, the daily deliverance, and Captain Longstrider Pigeongram. Neither hail of embers, nor rain of blood, nor endless night thwarts these stalwarts from the rapid completion of their assigned routes. The sacred couriers of the relentless rider were once heralded as noble loners, bringing news from afar and correspondence from loved ones at great personal risk. With the advent of radio and other more efficient modes of communication, they are now viewed as relics of a bygone era, insufficient and unreliable, overburdened with solicitations, governmental proclamations, summons, subpoenas, late payment notices, and propaganda. Some rural communities still recognize those dedicated to the relentless rider as one of their only connections to the outside world. Others, both outside said communities and within, want to sever that connection. The sacred couriers have long been in danger of being unsanctioned, as irrelevant and unnecessary. But loyalty to the image of the relentless rider endures, remembered fondly as trusted sources of intelligence and news during wartime, even if this does not reflect reality. Perhaps you can capture a bit of the old mystique as a custodian, and maybe it's forever lost. Whatever your reasons for once taking to the saddle and honoring your deliveries, you know that so long as you ride under the banner of the relentless rider, you will never truly ride alone. Um, and Piper Kessel looks weather-beaten and sun-worn, with a worn military jacket, prayer beads, lots of prayer beads around her neck, and her hair tied up with a faded bandana. Her altar is a number of leather saddlebags tanned from the hide of some great and possibly divine beast, and her personal ritual is tracing maps, tracing routes she's ridden, and perhaps routes she has yet to ride.
I'm gonna give Piper a motorcycle helmet.
Lady taking off motorcycle helmet after riding through fucking sunshine, like removing her helmet, flipping her hair around. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, she's surprisingly hot.
Oh, Marty, you muted.
Sorry, I'm gonna give Piper a cane.
A cane.
Yep. I don't know if she has fallen too many times off the motorcycle.
Interesting.
I like that a lot. Oh, thank you.
It's probably because I've been playing Ghost of El Paso, but this just reminds me of the Pony Express. So, an old Colt revolver, like rusty, but still functional.
It's changed mine now because mine was also going to be some form of self defense. I was going to say like a can of mace that screams when you spray it. Let's see. I
I
have to
mean,
think of something else
a
though.
girl can't have too many weapons out in the world.
That is true. Mace is usually more effective than a revolver, but like a gun is usually mostly useful if someone else has a gun. Hmm. I bet I could make it even more fucked up too. You have a fleshy can of mace that screams when you hold the nozzle.
Yum, yum, yum.
Use that to season things.
Season your delicious cereal.
Speaking of cereal, the ambassador for Sweet Jolly Crunch Tooth.
Hi everyone. I'm Aaron. Pronouns she, Faye. I will be playing Trinity Harrow. She, her. Yes, the ambassador of Sweet Jolly Crunch Truth. Excuse me, I'm sick. I might cough during the middle of this. Everyone recognizes him. A body of honey golden shredded grain. A bottomless grin that splits his cheery face, sticky hands holding a heaping bowl of that crunchy golden goodness that always satisfies. His face adorns nearly every cereal package, freight truck, and farmland and farm stand across the peninsula. But things were not always so. It took a decades long campaign by agriculture conglomerates to slowly cannibalize the local harvest gods, replacing each one with the new grinning cereal mascot. Starving farmers were left with the choice of acknowledging the new god or watching their fields slowly wither and rot in the shadow of their competitors' towering stalks. You come from a family of farmers who are one of the last holdouts to sign a contract with Sweet Jolly Country to ensure that your harvest god was severed from the land and that your family remained loyal. You were conscripted to serve as a traveling ambassador for the cereal god, but your roots grow deep, and no matter how others try to rip you from the field, part of the old harvest, part of the old harvest tradition still lives on inside you. All right, so Trinity has a pair of faded skate style shoes, a knit skull cap with the Jolly Crunch Time logo on it, uh, and a tank top. She is covered in tattoos of she's become a walking like advertisement with the tattoos all over her flesh. Like think NASCAR, but it's her skin. Oh, my personal ritual is graffiti, and my altar is an abandoned parking lot surrounded by cracked pavement and dying weeds.
Your god is also known as Jack of the Golden Grin, the Shredded Wheat Scarecrow, Crispy Crackle Crunch, and the Bottomless Bowl. What do we think is in Trinity's altar?
You know, in like, at least in schools in America, when you go for breakfast, you get those little like small boxes of cereal that you just pour the milk directly into. I think you have a 50 pack of those.
Um, I will note that one of the core moves is one bite is never enough, which just gives you cereal.
Ah, so maybe not more cereal then. Okay. Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna say you've got a pretty high quality tattoo kit. Like all of the stuff you need to touch up your own tattoos, just like they showed you back at corporate.
Wine for making bales of hay.
You've got a ring in the form of a donut, a golden donut.
Oh,
I think you have a pet rooster from your old farm.
Jesus Christ. God damn it.
You get to name it.
Cool. Oh, I'm gonna pun the fuck out of this name.
Mhm. And finally, the follower of the waxen scrivener. Oh, you're
You're
muted,
muted,
Marty.
Marty.
Sorry. As I was saying, I go by he, him. I'm Marty,
Mhm.
and I'm playing right the Theo Turner, he, him, follower of the wax scrivener, as you said, chaotic. And followers of the wax scrivener devote their lives to the recording of knowledge, scribbling down every insight, every tantalizing observation onto sheets of parchment or in old journals, and then abandoning it. They leave their wealth of pages to rot in the back rooms of old verminous bookshops and dark ancestral libraries. Some even cultivate colonies of rats, bookworms, and paper flies for the purpose of destroying the pages. The sacred act is putting down pen to paper. That's the sacrifice of the scrivener that's the sacrifice the scrivener requires. And knowledge like skin must be shed to be renewed.
They are.
So
Mhm.
wait, should you
Yeah.
you want to say something?
They are also known as the eight-limbed scrivener, the black beetle of knowing and forgetting, and the endless inkwell.
So it's the style is sunglasses, vintage blazer, and tactical gloves. His personal ritual is scanning the radio, and his altar is a roadside lending library that only you have the key to. And that's about it.
Unlike the rest of the faith sheets, the waxen scrivener starts out with three altar items already. Rolls of parchment, empty journals, and a quill.
I think you have a terrarium of silverfish.
I despise that deeply and personally. I hate those fuckers. I thankfully have not seen any ever in California. Only when I was in Wisconsin did I see those gross bastards. Uh, I I think you have uh a like printed not yeah printout list of everyone who has late library finds, late library book finds.
A dozen matchboxes, like boxes that have matches in them.
a small colony of maggots uh, wrapped up in a moist old sock.
Okay.
Yeah, stepped away at the wrong time. Because since we have our characters created, that we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, and we're still recording, right?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Would everyone like to hear my pet rooster's name?
Yeah.
My pet rooster is named Clucky Cheese.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I love that. That's you should feel both proud and deeply ashamed. I
That's
love that
that's
so
fine.
much.
That's how I feel most days.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, now we're going on break, so now I will pause the recording. I stepped away at just the exact time. Uh,
Mhm.
and then I'll give host privileges to Chaotic so that he can figure it out. Oh,
Okay.
except no, that'll fuck up the recording. Whatever. Okay, we'll be back.
We'll be back. Well, the Dusk Mother. The custodians are informed of a series of disturbances near the rural town of Weft, located just on the border of the Clutching Woods. Reports of strange attacks on livestock and damaged power lines and vehicles have been documented. Hopworth Industries, a nearby meatpacking plant, claims that some kind of large predator has been raiding their compound at night. Law enforcement records show evidence of a stray angel making its haunt on the grounds of Skelton Ranch, though no conclusive action was taken, and local residents have not been forthcoming with previous investigators. The Skelton family, thought to have abandoned production on their farm years ago, is rumored to harbor an angel which caused trouble for other residents in the past. According to locals, the Skelton family simply refer to the entity as Mother. It is unclear what their relationship is with the angel, but it has been known to haunt the woods around their property for several generations as part of some pact. Attempts to reach the Skeltons directly were unsuccessful, so the custodians have been directed to contain or eliminate the angel before its territory encroaches on any nearby counties. I think I'm gonna give this one to Trinity. You have
And
heard. Yeah, go ahead.
so I knew it was gonna be me because I had food in my mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly why I picked you.
Rude.
You have heard of family gods and angels before, and how their influence keeps its hold over generations. What rumors of the Skelton family makes you suspect that this angel has dug its claws in too deep?
Uh, I've heard rumors that with each passing generation, they've developed more vestigial parts, like whether that's nubs where wings should be, or perhaps eyeballs, or at least the lids of said eyeballs where there shouldn't be eyeballs. Oh, I saw something grosser. Vestigial pregnancies, because they call it mother.
I will leave it at vestigial
Okay,
body parts.
sounds good.
Currently, there is only one unlocked question right now, which is where is the angel's nest located? It is a complexity 2, which unlocks the remaining questions. And I think I would like to ask everyone a question of how do you arrive to town of of Wept? Piper, I'm pretty sure I can guess as to how you arrive.
I mean, I think thundering into town on my trusty motorcycle Hambone is a pretty good guess. I'm just gonna show up. I think right in the middle of Main Street, and most everybody recognizes that sound of the relentless riders, delivery people, and their motorcycle rolling into town. Because if it's not the cliff clip clop of steel shod horse hooves, it's that deep rumble from that motorcycle. And I think I park and I get off my motorcycle and I pull off my motorcycle helmet and I whip my hair around and I do the whole shebang.
The rest of you, how do you arrive?
I think you see Theo arriving with a little handbook and taking notes, looking at the place and taking notes. And then he takes his page, makes it like a little ball, and tosses it out of the air.
I think that Zeph arrives in a well used sedan that has cans dangling off the end with just married on the bumper, and she's not driving. It looks like no one's in the driver's seat.
Uh, I think Trinity skates up on a well-branded skateboard, um, with Clucky Cheese perched on her little skull cap, with its dead eyes staring forward. She, however, has a intense smile plastered on her face.
Main Street is full of potholes and weeds, storefronts with cracked windows and faded signs, abandoned cars with flat tires, and a rusty bike chained to a tilting signpost. Distant sounds of a sputtering generator hammering and a lone dog barking. Paint the scene for everyone. By all appearances, this town is dying out. How can you tell that some residents still care for it fiercely?
You see a sign of a street, like Main Street, and it's written all over again with a graffiti, Main Street in red.
There's like a little poster up for like community beautification project planned for insert date here. With like the little like rip off the number, if you want. Helps with like not all of them ripped, like a few. It's like when you see the guitar lessons offered and there's like been three pulled and then you're just like, oh, poor teacher.
I think that The roads are actually really well maintained.
In the places where the buildings are falling apart, someone probably 2, 3 years ago, you can tell by the amount of wear and tear on it, did a very, very kind of cute job patching up the holes in the buildings with Lego bricks. You know, that kind of very fun, you know, type of street art graffiti kind of thing. People love this town, or they did a couple years ago when whoever did that. The bricks are starting to crack in the sun. The plastic's not as good as it used to be, but you know, someone cared.
As asked in chat, your personal histories, that is primarily just talked about between assignments during the journey phase. So, however, if you want to ask just a general question to just get started with interacting with your fellow PCs, that's fine. However, do keep in mind that I may stop you if it seems to be getting into the journey scene territory. But it's less secret than the between in terms of personal history. The only things you can't explicitly talk about would be your personal relationship with God. Or, well, your God. But I would like to ask you all, what do you all want to do? There's a few places that are open around town. There is sort of up further away from town a meat packing plant. You could go into the woods, try to find the skeletons themselves.
I would like to go to the meat packing plant.
I think it probably makes the most sense for Zeph to go and try and meet up with the family. I mean, she is a family woman after all.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Theo to the meatpacking plant. I think that's where I will go first.
I mean, I think it makes most sense for me to head to the farm.
Go to find the skeletons themselves with Seth pairing up.
I don't know if that's an intentional pairing or if they're just going to arrive coincidentally.
I doubt they know that each other are even here.
Yeah.
Let's head to the meatpacking plant first, though, because that is easiest to find. A
I think
meatpacking plant. Okay.
oh, I was going to say I think I recognize because I feel like I feel like since we are all like custodians here,
Mhm.
um, and since I think I might be the, oh, I guess aside from Sweet Jelly Crunch too, um, I was thinking I might be the only technically sanctioned god, but that's not true. Um, I think like can I recognize Theo? Like, can I recognize like, oh,
Uh,
I've had orders, you know, that I need to, you know, deliver or something like that.
I will just give a little bit of a note here. You all work for the same organization, BIASD. What is the full name? It's not pronounced as biased. You gotta get that clear.
But that is how everyone pronounces it.
Mhm.
Everyone says that, and Biased is very upset about it.
Mhm. I think maybe I will just have to find this. The Bureau for the Investigation and Assimilation of Stray Deities. Probably they would prefer people announced it as based, but you can't control what people say.
Based on what? I had to.
Based on all
Yeah.
that bias.
Anyways, you maybe have worked together in the past, so because you all work for the same organization, or you may be sort of recent carry-ons, as it were. Therefore, not as familiar with like the inner workings, but when you find people, you might as well team up where you can.
Yeah, I think that like maybe I've worked with Theo in the past, and as I follow the trail of just like paper, rolled up paper and everything, I kind of stop next to Theo and I take off my helmet and like put it in Theo's like slam it into Theo's chest, and I'm just like, right, it's time to get back. Get on the back. Come on, let's go.
Such a long time, Piper. Okay, let's go.
Right, let's do this. And
Wait a minute,
I
please. Wait a minute, please. No, we can go.
and then we just take off, just like, yeah, it's time to hold on tight. Don't you worry. Take it off.
Has such a small little voice.
Piper has a very small little voice. It's kind of shocking.
Mhm. Yeah, as you head up to the meatpacking plant, it seems to be quite a decently busy place, people coming in and out. There is a big iron fence surrounding it. There's a little bit of a guard post there. Every so often, like a vehicle comes in, whether it's a pickup truck, one of the workers coming in for a shift change, or like an actual delivery meat truck. The guard just like presses a button, something buzzes, and the gate opens and closes to let people in. But you ride on up. Uh, who might you be?
Right.
Yes, we are from the National Enquirer paper roll because of the chronicle of the New York City or Post and writers. Because we were told there's something here that you were going to tell us, or maybe you have something to tell us, and we are very important journalists for the Tribune Herald,
I'm
slam
gonna
dunk.
I'm gonna elbow Theo just like and then pull out uh pull out our badge because Based does present us with a badge and credentials, and I flash them and say, "We're on assignment, and you're going to let us in."
That's what she
Make
said.
make this because of the particular, you'll find out why in the moment, but this is going to be the veiled move. What are you afraid might happen, Piper?
I'm afraid he's going to recognize me because this is not my first time through Weft. I've
Hmm.
made deliveries here before while he was on the gate. I'm worried that he's going to recognize me.
Okay. This is going to be with presence.
Right. Of course. Well, good news is I don't have any problem with that or benefit. So, where
Mhm.
is it? Is there a do we have a roll dice room?
Um, I can create one if you want.
Yeah, if we can do that super quick, that way.
Unless Steph gets there first. It's a race.
Vroom vroom.
Damn.
Go.
Steph got there first.
All right.
Oh, this is fancy.
This is very fancy. Okay.
I like it better than Roll with Friends.
Hmm.
It's also queer made, so
Oh,
bonus
yeah,
points.
that's
Hell
bonus
yeah.
points. I'm putting that into the boo boo boo
All right.
character paper.
And I'm going to roll 2d6, and that's a 9.
A 9 plus, oh,
Plus
9
0.
plus 0. Oh, you're the one of the few people did not put it in presence.
Yeah.
A sad fate. We'll come back to that. Theo. Goodbye.
Bye bye, Marty. Have a good day.
Hmm.
See ya.
Uh,
Theo
wait, wait,
promptly
wait.
falls asleep on the motorcycle.
Theo gets distracted by other things. Um,
He needs to go write about this cool thing he saw on the way over.
yeah.
He saw a really cool bug.
He does love his bugs.
He's
Mm.
just absolutely chock-a-block with bugs.
The woods. The clutching wood specifically. It is there is a path into the woods. It doesn't go very, very far because the woods is mostly briars and fallen branches, uh, buckling footbridges dragged down by strangled roots, patches of oil slick bog skewered by sun-starved trees. So I think just by naturally with like the way the paths wind and tease itself, I think Zeph and Trinity, you two will probably very easily meet up towards like the major stopping point, the point where it goes from like easy trek to oh god, we're hiking through the woods.
I think the moment that Zeph sees Trinity, she just stands completely still and stares with like this look of bewilderment in her eyes. Uh, and I don't think she moves from that spot. Like, I think she's just fully frozen in time right now.
When Trinity sees Zeph, a big smile breaks off on her face and she bites down on her fingers and then charges forward at full speed, the rooster completely unflappable as she runs, and tackles Zeph and starts rubbing her face on Zeph. Big sis! Oh, big sis!
I think that Zep is kind of just like a little bit stunned and very sort of like mechanically wraps her arms around Trinity and is like, fancy seeing you here.
Well, I've heard this town needs bright new smiles on their faces. Clucky Cheese just staring with those dead doll eyes, unmoving.
Ah, I see your chick finally grew.
Clucky?
How's the farm?
It's it's doing well now.
Oh, I'm.
Have you been eating enough? She's gonna start like pulling at your skin to see if you're too skinny, like in all sorts of locations. That's wildly inappropriate.
I think she kind of like shakes her head and says, my husband likes me to keep a particular appearance.
Uh, Trinity makes a stink face, like, oh, and then she'll stand up and dust herself off.
Well, it's, I suppose, nice to see you. It's surprising, to be certain. Um, are you ready to hike through the swampy woods?
Of course, I'm never afraid to get my hands dirty.
I know.
Speaking of getting your hands dirty, the land here is horribly polluted, but not truly dead. What menacing features make you most concerned for your safety? And this is a paint this scene question for everyone.
Could you put that in chat real quick?
Mhm. It is also in the character keeper as well.
Oh, right.
Think that in some of the more boggish, swampy areas, there are like bubbles of muck that float up to the surface and pop as if something is breathing beneath the surface of the water.
The branches of um, most of the trees hang low as if they're very sick and have actually begun to coil in on themselves and grow thorns. It's very accurately simulating just rolls and rolls of tangled barbed wire, but in wooden thorns.
I think there's constantly the sound of something large sloshing in the swamp, just out of eyesight, but well within hearing.
I think just to add a little bit more detail to this, there is various sort of on trees bits of mushroom growing up them is sort of closer to describe it as an infestation rather than natural growing wildlife. Don't say that. You're not supposed to say that. That is it. That is not ladylike.
I think Steph was saying that, not Zeph.
Hmm. All right.
Horrifying.
Neither of us have been to college.
I think as you're just looking around, trying to determine potentially best way forward, you do see before you hear rather than someone who going whoof 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 as the very dramatically as though they are trying to be careful about their steps but not actually trying to be quiet at all. Lord have mercy. And coming from out from the sort of deeper woods is a guy, this black guy with a very big, frizzy silver afro, an exuberant grin, a utility vest, a belt bulging with pockets and pouches all over him. Um, and like he gets distracted by one of the bigger mushrooms on the trees. It's just like, oh, my, what a vision you are! Another miracle reborn from the churning deep. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. Oh, you what? Oh, there's this tiny one. What are you two doing?
Think
Trinity tracks his pose, assuming wrongly that she was the one being addressed. And it's just like, I am lovely. How did you know?
Oh, I didn't see you there. You have come at a most fortuitous time. Behold this new blessing. And he sort of like as a sort of a little bit of a jazz hands presents you with the mushrooms on the trees. To call it this mycelium network. It is beauty, it is grace, it is life itself flourishing, even though the force itself is falling into deprecation.
Trinity tilts her body, her upper half at a 90-degree angle, like this,
Mm-hmm.
and is like, oh, such a kind gift to serve as a fair trade. And she'll reach into her pack and pull out one of the single servings of. I should have thought of puns for these cereal brands in advance. Damn it. We'll just go with the OG brand of Sweet Jolly Crunch Tooth for now, and then I'm gonna come up with a bunch of awful puns later.
Yes. Uh, normal cornflakes
Yes,
flavor.
normal ass cornflakes.
Normal ass cornflakes. Let's read out your move of one bite is never enough.
Gladly.
Everyone,
Oh, you
everyone. Okay, go ahead.
No,
You
no,
wanna
no. You
read
got
it?
it. You got it.
Everyone loves a treat. As an ambassador of all things crunchy and delectable, you have always have several packaged sweets and cereal samples on hand stashed in your pack or conjured from thin air. Um, no one knows where they come from, and no one seems to care. Uh, when you offer a side treat to a side character in any situation, roll with presence or vitality. On a hit, they are put at ease by your cheerful demeanor. Any follow-up rolls during interactions with them are taken at advantage. On 7 to 9, they will aid you, but demand something in return. The keeper will describe what it is. Also, your fellow custodians can eat these and take the condition jolly.
I might have been setting that up briefly with Zeph or something.
Mhm. Which gives advantage when cleared, but then you gain the condition empty. Roll the dice.
That's a 4 total. I was muted.
What was it for total? I think we're going to cut back to Piper because 4 is pretty bad. 7 to 9. Yeah, I- I'll be honest. You think your bike is gonna stay okay in here? There's a lot of traffic, and I rather really don't want to bring that in here because it seems like a very nice looking ride. Real nice.
Don't you worry about my ride. I don't really think that's something you need to be worrying about. You see, she only really lets me ride her, and that's not really a euphemism. That's literally what how it works. Do you want to hear? I've got a little time before the next delivery. Do you want to hear the story of the last person who tried to ride my bike?
Uh, I think just so like to say what your complication is, I'm gonna give you the condition a real nice fucking ride. People are going to be attracted to your motorcycle and may try to steal it.
Oh man. I think my instinct is to be like, all right, Theo, you stay with the bike while I go in and talk to whoever's in charge. But I'm not sure I can trust Theo to do that. But
I mean, you could always write a verse.
I could. But I'm not going to. Not quite yet. I'll take sweet fucking ride.
But where you're gonna park your bike?
Um, oh jeez.
Maybe I should give you the paint the scene question for this location before you decide.
That's a
So
good idea.
to make it very, very clear about it, there's distant feedlots and warehouses behind barbed wire fencing, trucks adorned with the commercial prayer stamps of the chittering, droning machinery interrupted by the occasional squeal, the visceral aroma of manure, blood, and chemicals. I paint the scene for everyone. How is it obvious that this facility operates with very little oversight? I.e., your bike will get stolen if you park it here.
Someone just
I
straight up falls off of one of those tall smokestacks and just hits the fucking ground with like the pavement with a wet thud. No one seems to give a shit.
The age of some of the workers is concerningly young.
oh jeez. I think that the air is also just kind of thick with flies.
It is don't bother to clean up the accidents. They just leave them there to rot. That's what I pictured the second you said that.
I think I think it's less that no one cares that this person dies, but rather the body is being shuffled off to like someplace else.
I just had someone come to the door. Give me just 1 second.
Free fertilizer.
While we are left on that little bit of a cliffhanger. Oh, oh, man,
Okay.
little lady.
Never mind, just packages. Thank you.
Packages. So Piper, once again, where are you going to park your bike?
I'm not going to. I've been here before. I know where the trailer that the boss's office is at. I know it's on the far side. I'm just gonna ride straight through this, not like super fast, but I'm gonna kind of just ride on up to it.
Mhm. Right on up to where they are packing the meats.
Oh
Just to
no
be
no
clear.
no! I want to find the administrator's office. I'm
Ah,
kind of I'm imagining that there's like a number of like offsite off of the like actual facility. There's like a trailer that has one of those wooden ramps that leads up to that door. You open it up, and
yeah,
inside that's where all
yeah,
the and I'm
yeah.
actually going to ride right up the ramp like to the door and have Theo keep the engine idling while I open the door and just kind of lean in and say, "Right, I think it's time that you and I have a conversation."
Yeah. There there is this sort of like this guy who like he like has like sort of a worker's uniform. He looks a little bit leery-eyed and he's just like, uh, what's your last name? Miss Kessel?
That's right. I have
Uh,
delivered here several times before.
we were scheduled for any deliveries for from the Sweet Jolly Crunch Tooth, any sort of pails of wheats or anything of that nature.
Oh no, it's not. We're not delivering. That's not what the kind of thing we're delivering today. We're delivering some big questions from you know one of the people I work for, BIASD. And I present my badge again.
Uh, information. Wait, no, it's not. Is it called information? Yeah, it's called information. Yeah. With presence.
Because I know of you. I've heard you've got yourself a problem.
Mhm.
And let's make that roll. It's another 2d6. Oof. Oh, you know what? I should have used an item before I just moved too fast. All right, I rolled a
Just got
6.
yeah. We'll cut away from that.
Fuck.
Serenity. As you offer the cereal out. Is it just like box cereal or is it like in a bowl or something?
I think it's more unhinged that it's already in a bowl.
Mhm. Yeah. As you present this, how can you tell that the mushrooms are taking notice in the cereal?
I think the milk that's also already poured in it um, starts to curdle as it gets
Mhm.
nearer to the mushrooms.
Steph, what are you doing in all this? Trinity seems to be pull out a fucking bowl of cereal, um, talking to this mushroom guy.
I think that Zeph kind of like anxiously worries her wedding ring before kind of like I think she for the most part is just watching, but eventually I think she will kind of like I think she's just gonna take a look around and see if there's anything, interesting about this place that might lead to like the direction of the skeleton's house, like just trying to generally
Mhm.
find like, maybe game trails or desire paths or uh, something along those lines that would lead back to the family.
Have this be the information move with insight.
Righty. My insight is
One.
oh, one. Alrighty. 2d6 plus 1. 8.
Thanks. I'll give you your clue first. I think the general complication is that you're not going to be able to help out Trinity because you'll be a little bit distracted.
Alas.
Alas, I think as you're looking around, trying to find where the skeletons be, there is sort of like it's almost like a little bit like sort of pseudo cookie droppings, but instead of it being like going into the woods and whatnot, but instead of cookies, it's just massive owl pellets containing bone fragments, feathers, and other shreds of garbage.
Hmm.
Trinity. I I would like you to make the revelation move. What are you afraid might happen?
Um, this is convoluted and there's layers to it. I'm worried that he's going to say his mushrooms are better than my cereal, and Trinity's gonna make fucking lose it.
It's worse than that. The mushrooms are better than cereal,
Oh.
and the mushrooms know it. And they will take this sort of offering as an insult and try to consume you. Rides beneath them alone does not care for cereal, nor for your god. Roll with
Uh-huh.
communion.
Oh boy. Um, I might mark a thing here. Uh, so I have this lovely golden donut ring. Trinity's going, she hasn't, all right.
Mhm.
This is especially gross considering what I DM'd stuff earlier. She's got it in the place of a promise ring. And so she's nervously doing the same thing Zeph was just doing with her wedding ring, but it's a. So I'm going to mark that for advantage.
I question how are you gaining advantage from this worry
It's
action?
it's calming her down from McFucking losing it.
Okay. Fair enough. Promised donut ring. God, terrible. Um, roll with advantage.
Okay. That would normally be a fucking 12 if it weren't for my -1.
At 11. I mean, you could mark a verse to bump it up to 12, and I could give you a clue.
Uh, I will actually, yeah. I'm gonna mark one of the histories. I'll just gonna get it start with the first one.
So I think as you hand this bowl of cereal over, the guy looks down at it, looks over to the mushrooms, places the bowl of cereal in on the ground, and almost like a cat attacking a can of tuna, the mushrooms just start growing rapidly towards this bowl, consuming this. The milk is like becoming sour and whatnot, and the sort of bits of flakes are just being eaten away. Um, and the guy just looks very happy at this. He's just like, that is a worthy sacrifice for rise beneath the loam. However, I do owe you a clue. No, for this god, terrible things have been afoot in this forest. For there's a new predator about, and well, just because, well, there's not predators for mushrooms, but it's just wrong place, wrong time. Bits of tree has been sort of cut away. And I think like this guy shows you over to a tree which has deep gouges and claw marks in it. And it's like not like at like ground level or something like a wolf or something, but rather above your head. And that's your clue. Meanwhile, following a little path further into the woods, Zeph, you do find your way to the Skeleton Ranch. Congratulations. There's wither orchards hemmed in by a towering forest, a collapsed barn, stagnant pond, various sheds overgrown with vines and full of junk, a two-story lodge of stone and timber at the center of it all. To paint the scene for everyone, the skeletons have clearly left their farm to rot, but somehow managed to survive on the land. What surprising elements of the property have they maintained with care?
There's an outhouse there that would be considered luxury with how well it's been maintained.
Uh, I think threshers were around at this point. Even though their wheat fields have gone to shit, their thresher is in pristine condition.
I think that there are several bird baths around the property, and around these bird baths are like flower gardens and things that attract butterflies and bees, and they're incredibly well maintained. Not a weed in sight.
Zeph, maintaining one of the gardens, is this guy with a wild beard, even wilder looking eyes, as he's muttering to himself. And she is like has torn flannel, which might have been orange at some point. Very strong looking hands, accustomed to building, nurturing, as he like pulls out some weeds that got missed earlier and trimming the flowers so they can grow properly. Do you approach? Do you sneak up?
Yeah, I think she will walk up, kind of like definitely out of arm's reach, and she will kind of curtsy. I mean, obviously she isn't wearing a dress; she's in coveralls, but she makes the motions as if she was. And she says, "Hello, I'm here to speak with the skeletons."
I I'm I'm brother. You you come from the outside.
Uh, yes, I represent Beast.
Dangerous outside. I'm better safe in here. And like he sort of reaches out to try to take you by the arm to take you inside the skeleton home.
I think she recoils from like potential touch. And she says, "Oh, that's quite all right. I can just follow." Yes. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, and like he's like stands up looking around and Chris crouches back down and then scuttles to the house.
Oh my. I think she'll kind of follow behind him, uh, trying to keep care not to step on any of the flowers and steering, clear away from the outhouse.
Yeah.
I think she'll wait at like the foot of the door, and like just wait to be invited in.
Yeah. He opens the door, heads inside, calling out, "Sister, we have we have someone from the outside." And you can hear another voice. Oh, oh, let them come in. Let them come in. It must be dreadful out there. And he's just like, brother, like, goes to the door and just like looks at you. Come in, like, wrapping
Thank you
hand.
for welcoming me into your home.
Mhm.
Yeah, she'll step inside.
Yeah, it is a fairly nice looking living room. There is quilts all over the place, like cushions, there's chairs, lots of different furniture, lots of pictures on the walls and whatnot. And like a rocking chair uh uh is presumably Sister Skeleton. Uh she has deep sad eyes which just stare, not blinking. Lace shawl poked with dried flowers and feathers. though. A pretty little thing. I,
You're getting zoomed a lot. A lot of your words are getting cut out.
oh
Didn't
no.
catch
Okay.
most of that.
All right. Let's see. Let's turn some settings off. Okay. Oh, aren't you a pretty little thing?
Thank you. I do my best to maintain myself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you're just in time, dear. Mother will bring dinner soon. And don't you worry, darling. You are safe now.
Oh, um, was I not safe before?
There's many creatures out in the forest, and they will snatch you up, eat you up, crunch your bones, spit them out. But you're in the nest. You're on our nest.
Oh, well, then, uh, thank you for extending the safety of and sanctity of your home to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Yeah.
like, as she is saying all this stuff, she's, like, kind of nervously glancing up and back down to her ring, as if,
Uh,
like, seeking confirmation.
as you sort of glance down at your ring and then back up, you're like, oh, something in the corner of your eye. You realize that there's a little bit of a balcony for like the second floor that can be looked down upon. And there's a guy that is sort of sitting crouching on top of that, like sort of railing for that balcony, looking down at you.
Oh, hello.
That's cousin Skeleton. He doesn't say too much. Cousin, come down. Meet our guest.
Uh,
And cousin Skeleton effectively sort of like maneuvers his way where like he like grabs on hold on the balcony, drops down to like a cupboard or something, and just starts hopping on top of a furniture, never touching the floor.
you all certainly have an interesting family dynamic.
He sniffs you.
Oh, hmm, very good.
I think with that is where we're gonna end today's session. Stars and wishes. Wait, hold on. Before that, end of session questions. I think we'll hold off on any verses to narrate till next time. Um, However, I do have there is a playbook, there is a face sheet move that gets triggered right now, which is your wedding vows. Wife, did you enter the journey scene?
Nope.
Take the condition too busy for him.
Uh-oh.
Excellent.
None of the custodians completed an assignment. I don't think Theo nor Piper engaged with a god, angel, or other divine manifestation. Trinity, you have. Uh, uh, Theo did not undermine the orders of your superiors or use the assignment to pursue personal interests and wasn't vulnerable with someone. unfortunately. Trinity, were you vulnerable with someone?
Yeah, her big sister.
Hmm. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Did you go of your way to connect with the local community?
I suppose the person carrying the mushrooms around counts.
Ah, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Piper, did you go out of your way to connect with the local community?
I mean, I would say that driving my motorcycle up places, up two doors, that it's really not supposed to go, is pretty out of the way to
Sh
connect with somebody.
sure, we'll give you that for now.
Oh, you are too kind.
Well, you
You
also
were,
did like establish that you are unknown in this community.
That is
yeah,
true.
yeah. Were you vulnerable with someone? No.
No.
Zeph, did you struggle with your personal faith?
Uh, yeah, there was actually a lot of it. It was pretty subtle. The
Mhm.
worrying of the ring, the looking down at it, and then back up for confirmation on the words that she's speaking.
Uh, I'm gonna say no, though. Because I think that is just how the wife is. Uh,
Fair enough.
that's that's the power of the wife. She did as she was told, and you did look for confirmation. There was no struggle there.
Fair enough.
Did you deliver a monologue? No.
Not yet.
Mhm. All right. And with that, stars and wishes.
All right, I want to go first, so that I am able to hit this before anybody else does. Um, my first star is for chaotic for your performances today. Um, I'm specifically, since all of them were good, I'm going to call out. Was Sister Skeleton there in the nest?
Yes,
Okay,
brother skeleton was outside, sister skeleton was in the chair, cousin skeleton was on the banister.
yeah. Sister Skeleton. You managed to give Sister Skeleton such incredibly creepy energy in the most welcoming way possible, which I find to be unnerving and upsetting in a way I cannot fully describe. So thank you so much for that. Um, so Steph for Zeph, the absolute first line that like completely it was so perfectly delivered. My husband likes me to maintain a certain figure. I visibly like recoiled and wilted and was just like, oh god. It made me, oh, it was absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then Trinity, um the kind of unhinged nature of your sprint and tackle and like snuggling up against Zeph, um, so unnerving, incredible. I am we okay we and then I guess my star for Marty is Marty creating another very fun bizarre addition to the gang that's just like my name is Run On Sentence Guy, and just like the way that he performed that, I'm in love with all these characters.
Mhm.
We have a bunch of freaky little weirdos, and I can't wait to see them get hurt and desperately traumatized. It's gonna be incredible. Um, but yeah, so those are my stars, and my wish is one to see more of Marty, and
Mhm.
two, I think my wish is to see more of the skeletons. I'm very excited to see more of the skeletons. They're so freaky. Oh, actually, no, not the skeleton. Sorry, I don't wish for that. I love Mushroom Guy. Mushroom Guy's like Mushroom Guy's my favorite. Anyway,
Mushroom Guy is my friend.
Mushroom Guy's so I loved Mushroom Guy. But yeah, those are my stars and wishes.
I'll go ahead. So I'll start with chaotic too. I loved Cousin Skeleton, the little hanging from the banister thing. Peak creepy weird family vibe. I loved that. Also, I'm going to call out the mushroom guy scene because that was there was a lot of ways that could have played out if I had not rolled well. One of which was Trinity beating him to death with her skateboard gleefully. Um, but that's not where it went, and it was fun. So that was great. I had a good time with that. Um, for Kyle, I love that voice you do is so great. I have to like I want to lean in to listen closer, but I have fucking headphones and it doesn't even make sense. But you know, like it's weird. It's a weird like it's an instinct to be like I have to listen very closely to what Kyle is saying right now, or what Piper is saying right now. Rather, I like that. That's a great characterization. For Steph, this is a weird star. For giving me the rooster, you have set me down a path for my whatever they're called verses. You have set me down a path for my verses that I did not plan for this character, but now is fully integral to my character's backstory. So thank you for that.
You're
Uh,
very welcome.
I also and I'll second Kyle's star for Marty. We're for another weird little guy from Marty. That's wonderful. Yeah. Which is I'm looking forward to being even more unhinged and just you getting to see how there are no hinges on this door. It's somehow standing up, but there are no hinges.
Not even a
Um,
door frame.
no, no, not even a frame. It's just a door standing right up in the middle of nowhere. That leads to just worse. Yeah, I think that's my, and I'm just excited to see this game. I came in completely blind to Silt versus like in all regards. No actual plays, no podcast. Only read the playbooks when they first came out. So I'm completely blind.
Oh, oh, that's gonna be fun when I introduce baby skeleton.
Oh dear. That's it for
Oh,
me.
mhm. Yeah, just I have to, God, star all of your characters. They're all fucking weirdos. I'm just so glad that we are all on the same page about how fucking weird this setting is. Um, thank you for investigating things, going to like pretty good locations and whatnot. Just being like, oh yeah, we're gonna to go to the meat packing plant and we're going to go off in the fucking woods. Like that was a real good split. Accidentally getting the Harrow sisters together, real good. Um, oh, Piper, like just being like talking so very quietly when you have a motherfucking motorcycle that is so loud and goddamn like I cannot emphasize enough how gonzo like this is like literally one of your moves that you can pick up is called heavy metal thunder. So like having this very quiet woman driving this motorcycle is just bonkers. Also driving it up to the ramp to like this guy's uh like office, funny as hell. And Theo's just like on the back just the entire time like hold it, making sure it stays warm. Fantastic. Oh, Zeph. Stylistically, not what I expected, but thematically, oh, on point. I love her. Just riding in like a just married like sedan, just like unhinged, not being driven by anyone. Oh God, I love it because you know he's driving it. Of course he is. um uh, Trinity, I just love bowl of cereal, and I'm just like, I know what to do with the cereal. You're not feeding it to this side character. You're feeding it to this god now. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch. Um, tasty, tasty. God, I'm really looking forward to Theo doing weird shit with ink. That's the thing. Like, just being like, gotta get this information down and then destroy it. Um, because wax and scriveners are very chaotic gremlins. Um, and I would be very, very curious to see what people want to like pick up as like their first advancements, because like that's like the moment when you pick up an additional move. I also am looking forward to people's verses, especially like when the wife of dear husband marks the a whispered psalm, because that's when things start hitting the fan.
That means it's my turn now, right?
Yeah.
So first off, chaotic star for both like everything that's already been said, but also like writing dear husband. This playbook fucking rips. It's awful and terrible and horrible, and I love it. I'm really excited to continue getting into all the fuck shit that goes on in like toxic relationships and toxic marriages like this. I think it's a really interesting theme to play with, especially in a setting like this, where like the toxic spouse is a literal god. Like that's chef's kiss. It's really good. I'm very excited to keep exploring that, which is effectively a wish. But yeah, like really well done on the playbook. It's really exciting and it's really good. It's really well written and it has a lot to say. So I'm very excited for that. For Kyle, I really enjoy like I mentioned it in the chat. I was like, yeah, Piper has a little voice because she needs room for all the badass. And like she really is such a fucking like sick ass woman. Like just fucking elbowing Theo like shut the fuck up. Like that's really good. That was probably one of my favorite moments. Like you need to stop talking now. I really loved that. I also loved that like you and Theo have interacted before. And speaking of Theo, star for Marty for like I really love the characterization of him just like he arrived just being there. Like he didn't necessarily have like a vehicle or anyone else. He just kind of showed up with a notebook that he's writing in and then throwing everything away. Like I really like that little detail that he's just kind of constantly scribbling notes and tossing them behind him, like one would toss salt over their shoulder for spilling pepper or something. Like I really enjoy that kind of like little ritual that helps to well, Marty's in the waiting room.
Yeah.
I guess we can get him in for Stars and Wishes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am. I'll wait to re-give the stars for Marty when he joins. Hello, Marty.
Welcome back.
We are doing Stars and Wishes. I was just giving you stars. I really like how Theo is like incredibly ritualistic and like how he just kind of showed up. He didn't have like a vehicle or anyone taking him. He was just there with a notebook, writing and throwing things behind him. I really enjoy that kind of like small ritual that he does. It really helps to characterize him. I really enjoyed that. I also really enjoyed like all of the scenes that you had with Piper, like the whole like it's been a while, and like just kind of trying to take the lead a little bit and then immediately backing down when Piper's like, no, you need to take a seat, buddy. And Theo's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll do that. Like, I really love how it seems like he just kind of goes with the flow, but the flow might not be the flow that everyone else is thinking of. Like, I'm excited to see how fucked that gets. Uh, for Aaron, I like that, like, for one, star for, getting consent to do the weird toxic anime shit. Uh, like, Aaron sent me a direct message, like, are you okay with me doing the full, like, anime ass big sister type beat? And I was like, yeah, yeah, that's fun. I love incest plots. They're hilarious. Uh, and yeah, like mixing that with the Dear Dear Husband is so fucking juice. It's got so much juice on it. Like that is gonna get fucking stinky and sticky and nasty, and it's gonna be like kombucha that's gone bad. I'm so excited for it. Uh, Absolutely like unhinged motherfucker. Like it's so you can see all of the trauma in Trinity's actions. Like there is so much trauma wrapped up in that fucking girl. Like you can just see it in the way she acts, and I'm very excited to get to that. Um, yeah, as far as wishes go, I'm really excited to play this more. I have wanted to play the Silt verses since it came out. Uh, I got into the podcast because of the Silt versus role playing game and the writing contest, which Chaotic bullied me into participating in. Thank you for that. Uh, like, I had trouble with the Silt versus at first because I knew it was supposed to be satire, but I couldn't find the funny for a while. And then, like, after the first, like, it really starts picking up in the second season. As far as like the more satirical elements go, like otherwise it was more of a like I feel like the first season was more of a statement piece than a satire, if that makes sense. uh then it starts getting into the actual satirical level of things in the second season and going forward, and like it starts actually being really comedic but dark and poignant at the same time. So I'm really excited that we're getting to play around in that setting and to see how that kind of comes up with this. Because like as said before, like it's not the game isn't a parody. Like it's not parody. It's not supposed to be like super hilarious, but it does still keep those roots of satire. So I'm excited to like explore that more. Like it's very evident that it still keeps that satire tone with fucking Sweet Jolly Crunch Tooth. Like that's it's literally the god of Kellogg's. And I'm so excited to see how that works because you just know if Kellogg the man was a god, shit would be fucked. Everything would be awful. So I'm very excited to see how awful it is. Uh, yeah, I'm also like I know very little about this game. I watched I think the first episode of Jason's actual play. No, like two or three actually. Um, and just with that, I am very excited to meet Baby Skeleton. I am excited to see how you chaotic specifically play Baby Skeleton. Uh, we'll we'll fucking see. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
Yeah, just to iterate star for Marty, I'm intensely curious about what you're gonna do with like your ink, because like that is like your main bread and butter. Because you can write stuff down, you can use it to commune with gods and whatnot, and you can potentially use it to destroy things. We're not sure yet. Uh, as well as just like God, everybody's playing really wild characters, and just like this is a like I would say the Silk Versus is designed for this group. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just very excited. Oh God, it's just a good game with good people.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything, unless Marty, you want to give some stars and wishes for what you were here for. This will get, posted on YouTube, so we'll figure
Yeah,
it out.
I'm gonna give a star for from what I've just been able to play and see, but I'm gonna give a general star to all of you for making such a great characters. And I'm really curious about this uncharted territory that is the Silt verses, and I'm pretty sure that chaotic is gonna drive us through hell and beyond, and it's great, and it's such a wonderful feeling to be playing with all of you, as chaotic said. I really love this group. It's really important for me. I wanted to tell you, every one of you is important for me, guys.
And with that, I believe that pretty much brings everything to a wrap. Uh, yeah, I'll go ahead and stop the recording. I'll probably be around for a little bit longer. I don't have work for a couple hours still, so we can just chat and hang. But yeah, thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for watching, and thanks Chaotic for running.